Hi, I'm Donette, Ritchie.
Hi, I'm Alexander Archer James.
These are two of our students from Cultural Connections 2008.
And I wanted to ask Donette and Alex, what's the most powerful thing you've learned during the 6-week program?
For me, the most powerful was the starvation banquet that we did, when you guys give us random scenarios to be in people's position in third world countries, and we got to experience what it is like to be in different classes and the amount of food that you're provided with and the privileges that you get when you're in these classes. What about you?
It's the same one because you learn to say, when your parents say that, oh, somebody from another country will appreciate this, you don't take it like you're like, oh, so much. Like many people say, like you're not there, so you wouldn't think oh, okay, that's them, this is me here. It's like this is we're talking about now me. But when you sit actually in the room with people who are less fortunate with you, and they're sitting there like even your friends, your best friends, you see them sitting on the floor on the grass eating a cup of rice like this, and you're sitting at a high table with pasta, cheese, with salad on the chest, with $1,000 with juice. It's like it's an awkward, eerie feeling, and you learn. I think that's what people need to see, because when it's actually in your face, you will react to it. You do something more about it than if you just hear it by ear.
Yeah, it's like out of sight, out of mind. If you're not seeing it and you're not experiencing it, you don't really care. You have to actually do research on it and try to gain experience.
What's the most powerful thing you've learned about yourselves in Cultural Connections?
That I can make a change. That I can make a change in anything, in anybody's lives.
I've learned a lot. Oh my God, I've learned so much. There is a lot of issues around the world, and the little stuff that we take for granted, I've learned there are really, really, really little stuff that we take for granted that other people just wish they could be in our shoes. Like, I know when I go home tonight, I can have food. People in India, on the other hand, they wish they could have, like, just what I take, a little bit of cookies or something I would call a snack. That would be lunch for them, or the whole day's meal. And I think my actions could actually make a difference in the world.
How do you see Cultural Connections being able to relate to your community here in New York City?
Because as we came in here, we were also ignorant in a way. Ignorant as in not as a bad mindset, as in being stupid, as in a way that we didn't know. Or we knew a little, but we didn't know a lot, and we didn't know enough. And now since we're knowing more, we could bring it back to where we're from, and we could see how, when we bring it back to where we're from, we could change their mindset. So it's like, we all talk. So when you talk back home, they're going to go talk to somebody else, they're going to talk. So eventually it'll make a change. And so you just bring it back from where you come from, because that's the source. The source will spread out everywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with him, because at my school, I go to the school for human rights, and even though it's human rights, a lot of kids aren't even exposed to the human rights issues around the world that people take for granted. Little stuff like food, or little stuff like having a family there for you, or shelter, or clothes. The basic necessities people take for granted, and I think they need to be exposed to the problems that other people face that they take for granted each day.
If NCCJ could provide one thing that would make you be able to really create the change you want to make in your schools and communities, what would that be after the 6-week program is over?
I think the action project is going to definitely create a change, because the campaign will contribute tremendously to changing other people's mind. If you could just touch one person's heart, at least you know that one person will make an effort to touch somebody else's heart, and then it could spread like that. You don't need to make a gigantic change one time. You can just do it one little step at a time. You don't have to go into it flush like Pam.
Like as Donette said, it's like one step at a time. And you start small. You always start small. So when you're gonna keep it, it's like a snowball. When it starts at the top of the hill, it's gonna be small, but as it goes, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, we get so big, it's gonna smack everybody in the way, and it won't be unnoticed. It really won't. So.
Finally, if there's one word you could use to describe NCCJ and Cultural Connections, what would that be?
That's a good question. eye-opener because it opened my eyes to like look beyond what is shown, look beyond what is in front of me, and try to discover stuff that I don't really hear about on a daily basis. One word.
Life changing. It's not one word, but it's a compound word. It'll work. Life changing.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.